So, I've been a developer for a while. I've used Windows, I've used Mac, but a few months ago I decided to become enlightened. I installed Linux, specifically Linux Mint. Everyone said it was the stable one, the It Just Works distro, and for the first 48 hours, it was beautiful. I felt like a hacker. I was using apt install for everything. My RAM usage was so low, I thought my task manager was lying to me. I told my friends I was free from the Microsoft telemetry. I was the protagonist of my own tech thriller. Then I tried to do something crazy. I tried to use my second monitor. Welcome to the NVIDIA experience. If you have an NVIDIA card, Linux doesn't just work, it negotiates. I spent 3 hours in a login loop because the proprietary driver decided it didn't like the kernel update I did 5 minutes ago. And don't get me started on screen tearing. You're trying to code, and every time you scroll, the screen splits in half like a glitch in the Matrix. You search the forums and they say, oh, just switch to Wayland. So you switch to Wayland, and now your screen sharing on Discord doesn't work. Switch back to X11, now your high refresh rate monitor feels like it's running on a potato. It's a constant battle of pick your poison. Next up, audio. I just wanted to join a Zoom call. Simple, right? I plugged in my Bluetooth headphones. Linux Mint recognized them. Great, except they were in hands-free mode, which sounds like audio being played through a tin can at the bottom of the ocean. I spent an hour learning the difference between pulse audio and Pipewire. To fix my mic, I had to edit a .conf file in a directory I didn't know existed, restart a daemon, and pray to the open source gods. By the time I fixed it, the meeting was over. But hey, at least I now know exactly how the Linux sound stack works. Knowledge I never ever wanted to have. Being a dev on Linux is great until you need that one tool that only has a .exe or a half-baked Flatpak. I spent a whole afternoon trying to get a specific Docker container to talk to my local host. Why didn't it work? Permissions. It's always permissions. You end up chmod 7 out of 7ing your whole life just to see a hello world on your screen. And the Linux Mint Update Manager, it's like a clingy X. It tells you there are updates. You ignore them. It tells you again. You finally update, and suddenly your Wi-Fi card stops being recognized. Now you're tethering your phone to your PC, searching Realtek Driver Linux Fix 2025 while crying into your keyboard. So, is it hell? Yes, it's a very specific, customizable hell. But here's the kicker. After all the glitches, the broken packages, and the hours spent on ArchWikis, even though I'm on Mint, I can't go back. When Windows forces a reboot for an update, I get angry. When Mac won't let me touch a system file, I feel trapped. Linux is a nightmare where you have all the power. If the system breaks, it's usually because you broke it, and there's something weirdly satisfying about that. If you're thinking of switching, don't. Or do. Just make sure you have a second computer to Google how to fix your first one. So yeah, Linux is not an operating system, it's a personality test. It asks questions like, how much do you value your free time? Are you emotionally prepared to read forum posts from 2009? How confident are you that you meant to type sudo rm.rf? Linux will teach you patience. It will teach you humility. It will teach you that your Wi-Fi card is actually a philosophical concept. But somehow, after all that, you'll still recommend it to your friends. Because once you've survived Linux, every other OS feels like training wheels. So welcome to Linux. It's free, it's powerful, and it absolutely will ruin your evening. See you after the reboot. Here's an epic fight scene if you're still watching this shit.